Aunt Miley's visit. I have no idea what to expect, and the only theory I have at the top of my head is when they say Aunt Miley, they mean Miley Cyrus. It's the only Miley I know. You can kill me later. I'm a little busy right now. Reacting to this. Moonlight High School, eh?
Are you serious, Taylor?
They were
After I graduate,
the song.
I'm heading to the local community college so that I can go for a music education degree.
Nice.
That's awesome.
It's nice to know you know what you're going to do with your life. I still don't.
Matter of fact, that's where our friend Jason is.
Or as I like to call him, my boyfriend, that I love so much. Well, then I'll be sure to be on the lookout for him, Jessica. By the way, Steph, thanks for recommending the community college to me. I owe you one.
You're welcome, Taylor. It's the least I could do to help you out with your post-graduation plans.
Who just messaged you, Taylor?
Carly. She just pulled up in front of the school. I guess that's my cue to head on out.
Yep.
All right, Taylor.
Later, Taylor.
Bye, Taylor.
Bye, Taylor.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.
What's wrong, glasses girl? Don't want to say goodbye to me? I see how it is. Unfriended.
How was school today, sis?
Pretty good. Just another normal, typical school day at Moonlight High School. Oh yeah, and I told Jessica and her friends my post-graduation plans.
I'm really proud of you, Taylor. Going for a career centered around music is perfect for you, and the community college will be a great way to help you achieve your goal.
I know, right? Plus the community college being not far from home will be an extra bonus to go along with everything else.
Indeed.
So I have to ask, how are you going to say thank you to Stephanie for all her help in helping you out?
Stephanie and I plan to discuss more on that tomorrow during lunchtime. I'll do anything to show her my gratitude.
Oh, even give her
After all,
$5.
Stephanie's been there for me more times than I can count.
There's no doubt about that.
I have to ask, has Aunt Miley arrived yet?
Yeah. She's been waiting all afternoon to see you.
Wasn't the last time I saw Aunt Miley 3 years ago?
Yep, you're right. And back then, you were still a troublemaking member of the family.
Oh, no.
Despite that, though, I'm sure you can prove yourself to Aunt Miley.
Yeah, well,
that
she
you've
might not
changed
believe
and
you.
matured.
I hope so. I really want Aunt Miley's visit to go well, especially after what Uncle Matt did.
Ooh. Cause he's the one that did the bad thing. Let's just go with that.
They just pulled up Miley.
I forgot they had twin
But
babies.
I don't know if Taylor is going to want to see me.
Miley, it's been a very long time since you've seen any of us. Trust me, Taylor's not the same as she was years ago. She's changed, and she's a much better person.
I'll hold you to that when I see it, Dan.
We're home. Sorry we kept you waiting.
Don't worry, Carly. You two made good time.
Where's Aunt Miley?
In the living room.
Well, here goes everything.
Hi, Aunt Miley.
Hi, Taylor.
How was your trip?
It went well. And how's my soon-to-be graduating niece?
Doing good, thanks.
Okay, a good start. Everything seems good so far.
This is kind of awkward.
It is.
Yeah. The last time I saw you, you were a very troubled teenager.
Not something I'm proud of, I'll admit that. But that was years ago. I'm not the same as I was back then.
I'm not the
I
same
sure
as
hope
I
so.
once was.
Things between us shouldn't get rough, especially in times like this.
I agree, especially considering Uncle Matt was the reason part of those good terms were destroyed for so many years.
And here we go.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm still in total shock. He
They're
did
doing
what
like
he did
a-
to your
wait,
mom,
you're blaming
and
him?
made you
No.
watch him do the unthinkable.
Yeah.
Eventually causing things to take a detour for your family.
I
But
kind of
the
forgot
good
she was
news
there
is
for that, to
that
be
a court
honest.
case against Uncle Matt finally got underway a few months ago, and the jury found him guilty on all of his charges. Now that bastard is right where he belongs. inside Oregon State than attempting
And he has to wear
all
a
the
face
way
mask
back
even in
Oregon,
jail?
serving
Jeez.
a well-deserved prison sentence for what he's done. I thank the Lord for that, because that means he can't do what he did to anyone else.
It would be sucked to be in prison, not to be... Do prison mates actually have to wear your face masks? I don't
He
know
may
that
be
one,
gone,
honestly.
but the scars he caused are still there. And
Like,
at
not
this
only
current
they
moment
still
in
have a life
time,
sentence, you have to
those
wear a face
scars
mask.
are
You gotta
proving
protect
to
your
be a
life so you
challenge
don't
for your
die
mind.
as you're
What
in
do you
jail for the rest of
mean?
your life. Or given sent to death sentence. Anyway. I feel like I just talked over a bombshell.
Hello, Mom.
Hi, Taylor.
Aunt Miley told me what's been going on with you.
Imagine she can't see him.
I'm not
That's
in the mood to
just
talk about
due
it,
to
Taylor.
being reminded of what happened that night.
Mom, Aunt Miley's worried about you. And after what she told me downstairs, I'm worried too.
Well, don't be. I'm doing just fine, so there's no need to be concerned.
Yes, there is. Aunt Miley says you haven't talked to her at all since she got here. She says you don't want to see her face to face. She says you don't want to see her because of Uncle Matt.
Taylor, please, just leave me be. I want to be alone right now.
You've been alone for hours, up here all by yourself. Please, let's talk about this, like mother and daughter.
I already told you that I'm not in the mood. I really do not want to talk about this.
So what are you going to do? Sit here all by yourself, feeling all sad and down? I know it's traumatizing and very emotional to be reminded of Uncle Matt's sinister side. But he's long gone, locked away in prison, never able to hurt anyone ever again. And don't forget, I was also a part of what happened years ago. What Uncle Matt did affected me too. And look at me now. I'm maturing, doing better.
Yes,
with
but
my
you weren't the
life,
one
and
that was
very soon,
raped.
I'm gonna be a high school graduate. Despite watching Uncle Matt do what he did to you, I've been able to recover.
Yes,
and you
that
should
was
be
a-
able to do the same.
Yes, it was very
Taylor,
tragic that you
rape
had.
is something
Yeah.
nobody can easily
It was.
recover from.
It's very good that
It's
you're
like
able
a
to
scar
rebound
that's
from
going
watching
to
it.
always be
I
there.
experienced
Yes,
it.
you are right about that. However, you and Aunt Miley are family. And the important thing to keep in mind is that family always look out for each other. Look at us for an example. Carly and I have become what we are today because of you and Dad's everlasting support, trust,
But the
and
past
love.
isn't going to
Despite
change. Only
everything
the
that we've
future
all
will.
gone through, we're a loving family that looks out for one another. The same thing goes for you and Aunt Miley.
The scars can't
Despite
be
what
healed,
Uncle Matt
but the
did to
pain
affect
can
you
be
both, you and Aunt
reduced.
Miley are inseparable sisters in the end, and nothing's ever going to change that. I hope you'll really think about what I said. I want you and Aunt Miley to still remain as close as you both can.
So, Taylor is coming to the community college after she graduates.
Yep. She still wants to be close to the family, her friends, and those she cares about. Isn't that the reason why you wanted to go to the community college, Jason?
Pretty much. Like Taylor, I chose to come to the community college so I could be as close as possible to all my friends, my family, and especially to those I care about.
Makes sense.
Jessica being one of them.
That reminds me. Jessica and her friends are coming to Taylor's graduation party. Any chance you'll be able to come too?
I'll check my schedule first, Carly, and see if I'll be available.
Alright, sounds good.
Well, I better get going. Got to prepare for some final exams.
Okay.
Oof.
Bye, Jason. Talk to you later.
Later, Carly.
Carly?
Hi, Taylor.
Come with me for a minute. I think you need to see this.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
What is it you wanted me to see?
Keep it down. They'll hear us.
I want to ask you
Eavesdropping.
something, Miley. When you first found out about everything Matt did, how did you learn to cope with it?
Jade, you don't have to talk to me about this if you don't want to.
No, it's quite alright. Besides, we were bound to talk about Matt sooner or later. So, what did you do to cope with what Matt had done?
I'll be honest. After his arrest, I thought what Matt was accused of was all a big lie. Learning to accept what he had done wasn't easy. As the weeks went on, I decided to go and see if someone I know could lend me some advice, or even helpful tips. During my search, I was recommended by a friend to talk to someone by the name of Derek Morrison. Derek was a pastor at one of the churches located in Portland. My friend thought that talking to someone like him would really help me with what I was dealing with. I told Derek everything that had happened with Matt, told him what Matt had done, and explained the situation I was in. Derek paused for a moment. Then, he told me that forgiving Matt for his sins was the first thing that I should do. He explained that forgiveness is an act of compassion, kindness, and mercy. He said that by forgiving Matt, the huge weight I had would be taken off my shoulders, and things for me could start to go in a much better direction. That's how I've been able to cope with what Matt has done. Although it was very difficult, I learned to forgive him. And Derek was right. Once I had learned to forgive, I felt a sense of relief inside, and things for me became easier.
Are you suggesting that I should forgive Matt too?
Over such a serious
Jade,
thing,
you don't
it's not
have to
going to be so
forgive Matt,
easy.
at least not right now. But, in due time when you feel up to it, you should. And then, the damage that Matt left
I think there's
will
an
start
Avatar
to feel less
Airbender episode
painful.
on this concept.
And remember, we're sisters, and nothing's going to change that.
Taylor said something similar. Matter of fact, she's the reason why I asked you to come in here so we could talk face to face.
Really?
Yeah. And before I forget, I'm sorry for being a bad sister for the first part of your visit. I feel ashamed.
If it'll make you feel better, why don't we go out and get coffee tomorrow? Just the two of us. I know how much you enjoy a caramel-flavored coffee with some extra whipped cream on top.
I'd like that.
Oh, alright. There's more nice to know it ended on a happy note. And honestly, it feels like a necessary episode just to see, like, the aftermath of what happened, you know, after that. But, like, more after the fact. Because, let's be honest here, after a serious event like rape, there's going to be more to it than just, and then the guy went to jail and it was all hunky-dory. No, that ain't very realistic. I mean, yeah, once that hurdle is crossed, things are going to be a bit easier, but it's never going to be easy again. I can understand where the mother's coming from with that sort of stuff, and I honestly do appreciate the fact that it's one focus on the mother as a change of pace. Like, yes, Taylor is a central character of this, and she is the important thing to get the ball moving and everything, but I would still consider this more an episode for the mother and that stuff, so yeah, it's nice to see that she's not just, you know, a mother background character. She's actually an important character and necessary for this sort of stuff to go down. So, you know, nice to see that the characters are important and not everyone's background character, because even the background characters have importance, which is a hurdle that some series tend to trip up the 1 yard line, so to speak, or something like that. You know, not everyone can do it. Which, to be fair, when you have like a million background characters, it's a very easy thing to do. So, you know, it's a thing that occurs. But yeah, I don't want to say I disagree with the idea of forgiveness of it, considering I can never know what it's like to experience such a serious thing, but it's not something she's going to be able to do just immediately, which I do appreciate the fact that she did not just instantly like, okay, I forgive him, because that's not realistic. Like, maybe at some point in her life when she gets over the other demons and stuff like that, like, she's able to talk to her sister now, so that shows that she's improving. So, like, maybe at some point down the line she'll forgive him. But now, no. I don't think that's on the table. It's probably not going to be on for a bit, fair to say. So, yeah. This was a more serious episode after the fun with the last one, but it was something that was inevitable. Just nice to see that she's, improving after everything that went down. And it did on a happy note of the family being like, yes, what the uncle did was utter shit, but we're all still family, and that's what matters in the end. Which is good. Yeah. Don't have much else to say, so I'll go here. Good episode. It's inevitable to come down, and it's good to see that it was treated with the respect it deserved.